Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
There, Steve. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Idle Matinee Vodcast.
Hello, my name's Stephen, and
Episode 11.
You're going to have to forgive me, G-Dog. I haven't really done that. I'm just standing in.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know.
Johnny had COVID.
Johnny's got COVID, yeah.
And where's Barry?
He's on his plumbing course.
Oh.
So it's just me and you, Steve.
So how does this normally begin then?
Well, I mean, Barry usually introduces, because I used to think like, oh God, what does Barry do? I mean, just all he does is introduce it and read out a few things off his phone, but it's actually quite difficult. I'm kind of missing Barry. Usually I just sit here and wait for someone to say something that I've got something to talk about, and so you're gonna basically, Stephen, you're gonna have to do Barry's job and do the introducing and stuff, because I'm not used to doing it. I mean, I could, but I don't want to take that away from Barry. And
well, hopefully I can pull something out the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I do watch, and I've seen how you boys do it, and I know that you begin by talking about what you've been doing in your week or
That's
something
right.
like that.
Exactly. Yes. Slice of life. Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been doing this week then?
Working. Well, I mean, my life's been taken up by work now because I'm a working man.
On the tools.
On the tools.
On the tools.
That's right.
Working on the tools.
Back on the tools. Back on the tools. Back on the tools.
Back on the tools.
Back on the tools. It's quite a simple song, that. Yeah. I've worked anymore. That's to the tune of "We're on the ball. We're on the ball." I think that's an old Arsenal song. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's good.
You wanted to know about that, Steve. It's going well because I'm top labourer now. Instead of being the shittest electrician on site, I'm now top labourer. And I've been offered. He goes, "Oh, if you drove, boy, my gaffer. I'm not going to say any names just in case. This somehow gets them in trouble and I get fired for. Yeah, I mean, because if I talk about too much about what I do at work, then they'll be like, "Well, hang on a minute. Look, everything's above board there. I was inducted. All safety stuff. What's it? Your fire? Not your fire. What was I doing today? No, it doesn't matter. Everything was fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, he goes to me. My gaffer goes to me. He goes. "Oh, if you drove, boy, we'll get you a job. We'll give you a job straight away. We'll have you on the firm." So actually working for the company rather than working with the agency. But then if I drove, I'd have to drive to fucking. You know what I mean? They'd have me driving everywhere, wouldn't they? Driving Manchester or whatever. I just realised I'm looking down at the floor. I don't know why, Stephen. You're right here. You should be looking at you, Stephen. In here. Glassy.
Yeah, I thought you weren't looking at me.
Yeah, no, I've got a problem with eye contact. I just look at the floor.
You have had a couple of beers.
Yeah, and I tend to look at the floor a lot when I've had a couple of beers. Sorry, mate.
You're a floor looker.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Stephen.
I wanted to get a job as a labourer. I was going to, because I'm quite small, so I can work up in the rafters.
That's true, and you're good. Well, your arms don't work as well as they used to, do they? Look a bit.
Get off. I'm not very good at site bands, though, or like what people say to each other on site.
Oh, that's it's quite easy actually on with the site bands thing.
Teach me.
Say you're new to site and you're just training. Me? Like you, yeah. Say you're doing a plumbing course, like Barry.
I've never worked on site.
So Barry, for instance, he's doing a plumbing course, so he's new to like working. You know, he's learning the trade, but he's new to actually that environment. He's used to working in a shop, and you know, it's a different thing. There's a few key phrases that you need that will help you. University. It doesn't matter what site you work on. You could go anywhere and just turn up on site with a high vis and just say these few things. So the first one is like, "Oh, where you lads come from then?" If they've got an accent that's not from that area. So especially the job I'm doing, there's northern guys there. Like, "Oh, where you had to come from then?" And then they'll obviously tell you where they're from. That's basically just like where you're just saying where you're from, really. And then the next one is, "Oh, you're staying in digs then? You're staying in digs. You're driving back." That's the key one. You're staying in digs. It's always a good one because people stay over. They tend to get like an Airbnb or whatever because it's less. I mean, rather than driving back each night to the place far away. The problem is with these jobs, it's always people who aren't from that area doing the job. So yeah, you'll have people from Nottingham coming down here to do electrical work, and then people from down here going up to Nottingham to do electrical work because someone hasn't worked out logistically how to do the job properly. I don't know. That's why I should be in management.
I wanted to get a job on site.
Yeah,
I
no,
work in the rafters because I'm quite small, so I can take down roofs. You wouldn't be able to get a job in management because of that hat.
I thought this was like a boss hat. It's sort of hat.
That's
boss
not a management hat.
it is if you work at a butcher's.
Suppose so.
Yeah. So it's going well. So I've been doing they're impressed with my work.
Have you used any big tools?
Oh yes, so they had me on the grinder. I was on the grinder all day today. The
what,
9-inch
the
grinder. Yes, the app.
I know what grinder is.
That's how good this job is. They just let me go on a homosexual dating app all day, and I didn't have to lift a fucking tool today. It's like, you go on your apps today, boy. Doesn't matter if it's grinder. We're fine about that because we're a nice acceptant lot here at the firm I work for. No racist, misogyny or homophobia here. Racism, rather.
You crack me up.
Thanks, Steve.
Can I talk about the film I watched?
Yeah, of course you can.
I won't say too much about it. You do film talk?
Yes, we do. That's
cool. So I watched a film called Terrorizer 2.
Yep.
No, Terrifier 2.
Oh, yes, Terrifier 2. Yes,
really
that's the
gory.
One. Yeah, I saw some of that as well. I saw most of it, in fact. Yeah.
I had to cover my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It wasn't. It's gory, but it's silly though, isn't it? It wasn't. The thing I don't with those slasher films. You watch them for the special effects, but there's nothing else to invest in it, really, is it? It's quite interesting to see because obviously they're quite cheap. It's quite a cheap film, wasn't it? It's a fairly budget.
Good practical
movie.
effects, though.
Yes, very good practical effects. So it was very dark, very interesting. Whoever made it is quite twisted and obviously has thought of lots of weird things to do to the human body.
If you were, because it's Halloween soon.
Oh yes, it's Halloween coming up.
If you were a killer, what kind of killer would you be? Like in this movie killer, like Michael Martins from Halloween.
I think you mean Michael Myers, but I'd have to be Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I'd be Freddy Krueger. Obviously, I've got the hat already. I just need a stripy jumper.
And you worked in a school.
And
burn those kids, remember?
Oh yeah. No, the kids burned me, and then I.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Then I go after their kids. That's how that works.
Have you seen a film called Friday the 13th?
Yes.
That's in a lake.
Yeah. Well, it's not in a lake. It's not like Finding Nemo. Finding Jason
It's
Voorhees.
all about a lake.
Yeah, it's by a lake. It's a campsite, isn't it? By a lake.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I read it on Wikipedia.
Just move your arm there.
Oh, thanks. I don't think I should have watched Terrifier 2.
Sorry, no, you shouldn't have done.
It gave me nightmares.
Yeah, because you do. Those shitty films do fuck you up, don't they?
I watched another film called Barbarian.
Oh, did you?
That's brand new.
That right? I attempted to watch that. That's with the young Bill Skarsgård, old Pennywise the Clown in it.
I don't know.
Who's the young lady who's in it as well?
I don't know.
But anyway, I tried to watch that as well, but I fell asleep.
Though. That was good.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, please don't, because I fell asleep and I do plan on watching it. So
yeah, I don't spoil films.
But is that is it spoiling it by classing it, saying what genre it is?
Yeah, it's a horror film. It's Halloween.
It's a horror film. Okay, that's fine.
I thought this was a Halloween themed episode.
Well, it kind of is, yeah. But
are we gonna tell ghost stories?
No. I mean, maybe later after I've drunk more beers. I might think of a story.
A scary story about an alcoholic who worked on a building site with a grinder.
If I'm not an alcoholic. I just drink.
That's
what
I drink alcoholics say.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. No,
you're just mucking around.
Most alcoholics do know they're an alcoholic. I think. I don't know. Do they? I don't know. Or they don't admit to it.
Hey, I've got an idea, G-Dog. If you were in a horror film, you could be Grindman, the grinder killer.
I could after today because you're meant to wear a face mask and everything, and I was. I was given a face mask. Everyone was looking after me on site. They're meant to. But by the end of the day, I'd done so much of it. I knew where all the sparks were going to go. So I was just like, oh, fuck it, and took it off. But, yeah, it was sweaty. And
That's
doing it all
not
day.
health and safety.
Yeah, I know, but it's just quicker. I mean, whatever to get the job. That's the thing, right? I'll just go back to work again. I'm much quicker at doing stuff that's much more like straightforward. It's like, right, cut that down. Get rid of that. I'm like really quick. When it comes to electrical stuff, it's like, I'll get something fiddly and I'm like, can't do it. And I'm like, trying to work out how to do it. And then I've lost it a couple of hours and someone come back and say, he's done that yet? And I was like, yeah, because I forgot. I was just trying to work on this fiddly little fucking thing. And then, yeah. Whereas with the job work I'm doing at the moment, it's just straightforward. Like putting that up, like building's much more straightforward. Like the electrical shit, I like when it's the containment, like, which is putting the stuff that the cables go in, like big commercial jobs have metal stuff for all the cables to go in, and you have to put that up. So you have to do a lot of cutting metal, drilling stuff, and fixing stuff up. And that's basically what building work is. So once you've used all those tools to do that bit, you're quite. It's the same with plumbing. You do quite a lot of stuff like that.
I don't like.
You use all the tools, so you can after you've done plumbing or sparking, you can pretty much move on to any other trade. Is what I'm saying.
G-Dog.
Yeah.
I don't like intricate things like when I make a sandwich. I find it really hard sometimes to cut the cheese if I'm making a cheese and pickle sandwich.
Have you cut the cheese just now? Ooh, Steve.
No.
That's cut the cheese means farting.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. No, I'm with you with the sandwich thing. You see, that's why I like Subway making it for you. Because if you wanted all the ingredients of, say, an Italian BMT from Subway, for example, you've got to buy like red pepper. If you pick all the salad bits, you go, I want all the salad bits in from Subway. You wouldn't be able to make that sandwich. You'd have to spend £20 to make that sandwich, wouldn't you? To get all those ingredients. Yeah, because you can't just go like, I'll have a little sprinkle. There isn't a Subway section in Tesco's where you go like, well, I just want enough for a sandwich today. You have to buy a whole fucking lettuce, a whole load of peppers, a whole load of whatever. So there's a lot to be said for going to Subway and them making a sandwich for you. So I'm with you. Fuck making your own sandwich, because it's actually quite a costly thing. Unless you just have ham and lettuce.
Can you put a word in for me to work on site with you, G-Dog?
No, because then you'd be taking work off me. That's because someone actually did ask me yesterday, and I was like, yeah, cool. The agency. I named the agency, but then I was like, oh no, because the job was meant to be coming to an end, but now they've said because I'm so good, they're like, well, we'll be keeping you on to the end of the job, boy. You'll be here till December or whatever. I don't know. But
anyway,
I've got a few extra weeks, so that's good.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Well, Barry usually goes to the list of silly questions to ask, so I assume he set you up with that this week to.
I'll try and think of something. Oh, have you seen that advert for the Google phone with the photos? It's really annoying. We want to get rid of his chips.
Oh, yeah.
Really expensive to get a phone to get rid of your chips.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a kind of clever technology, I guess.
Yeah,
but why would you want to get rid of chips?
Because they ruin his photos. His friends always put chips in his photos. Every time he takes a photo,
I don't think it's every time.
One of his friends buys some chips and puts them in the shot.
Yeah, I would have left the chips in. I would be like, someone's put some chips in, because it wasn't that great a photo of him and his mate. If you watch the advert, it's like, well, you don't look that great in that photo anyway. Maybe the chips, was a good welcome distraction.
It's a pretty sad story, actually. I looked into the backstory of it.
Oh, okay.
He had all his wedding photos ruined by his friends.
Oh, okay. What with chips?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every single one.
Okay. I don't. I assume he's just an advert guy, and that none of that's real.
And there were some photos at one of his a relative's funeral. And you know what?
What?
That had chips in it as well.
Oh.
That's why he got that phone, I think.
Oh, right. I thought he was just a guy in an advert, Stephen. But
people in adverts are real sometimes, G-Dog.
Yeah. Well, that's what was pointless me saying that he obviously the photo was fake. Everything about the advert was fake. So I wouldn't mind that advert if that was actually real. And he had and his friend had genuinely put some chips in his photo.
Have you got any good Halloween stories then?
No. Have
you never had anything scary happen to you on Halloween?
No, not on Halloween. No, it's not. Yeah.
It's not your thing.
Do
you you give kids sweets?
No, I turn the lights off. I turn the lights off and hide. And I feel like a really horrible old man. It's like, oh, the old man G-Dog. Old man, why am I doing that voice? Old man G-Dog, he doesn't ever give us any sweets. He never answers his door. But I don't think they even come to the door anymore.
Do you stare out the window at them?
The door looks so fucking shit. And I think the front of the house looks so bad. We don't do anything to make the front of the house look nice, really. Well, no, the garden's, I don't know. But it's dark, so you can't see the tiny bit of garden that looks all right. The front of the house doesn't look very inviting, so I don't think they bother anymore, the kids.
Maybe they think it's too scary because it's dark.
Maybe I will this year. Maybe I will.
Yeah, you should.
I mean, I'm feeling my spirits are lifted. Last year I wasn't. I'd been out of work a whole year, and I would have been. I would have been out of work a year. Maybe the podcast wasn't doing so well. Still isn't doing so well, and that gets me down. That's why I've got to have a day job, because it's like, well, I still want to do this because eventually we'll get good at it. And
really,
I think we're fairly good at it now.
Do you want me to tell you a scary story?
No, not really.
I'll see if I can scare you.
Yes, of course I do.
Okay, here goes. Right, picture the scene.
Yeah.
Moo. That's like rustling wind. Okay, have you ever seen the show Catchphrase?
Yes.
Right, that's where our story begins. Okay, so there's this guy called Peter, and he's on Catchphrase, okay?
Yep.
Right, okay. And it gets to the last round. This is like he's a normal guy.
Yep.
Gets to the last round and he really struggles. You know the one where it doesn't reveal all the picture?
Yep.
It goes yeah, that's it.
And they go and they try and choose one, and you want to try and get the centre one, but sometimes they get the top left. It's just like a little finger pointing into a blue sky, and you're like, finger in the sky, person. And they're like, no, what the fuck is that? Don't just say I don't know. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So anyway, he's on Catchphrase, and he's got to guess the picture.
Yeah.
And he gets to like the last one, and do you know what the picture is of? It's Mr. Chips dressed as the Grim Reaper.
Oh, right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he guesses it, and it's Death's door. So it's a door and the Grim Reaper. And the answer's Death's door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Scary.
Okay. Well, that's not the scary part. That's just the first bit. So he guesses it right, and the woman next to him, she's a gypsy. Like, you know, one of the
where are you going with this, Stephen?
Gypsies.
Yeah, like a Romulan.
Yeah, like can put curses on people.
Yeah, Lucky Heather and all that.
That's it, you got it. So there's this guy.
Yeah.
And he's on Catchphrase. And next to him's a gypsy lady. And he guesses the last thing. And it's Mr. Chips dressed as a Grim Reaper. And it's next to his Death's door. You heard that bit, yeah? So it's Death's door, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So he wins the £500, yeah?
Yeah.
And the gypsy lady next to him says, "You'll be cursed for guessing the money." So she's basically puts a curse on him because she wants to win, right?
It's a bit out in the open, is it? Do you want a bit of mystique to this story? Like, no?
No, because I'm getting to the good bit.
Okay.
The scary
It's not
part.
very scary then.
It will be.
It sounds like you've watched too much Terrifier, because that wasn't very scary. It was just gory.
What?
Is this going to end in just
No,
gore?
this is scary. Just let me finish.
Again, it's the way you tell them.
Right, anyway. So he goes back to the travel lodge, because when you're on Catchphrase, you get to stay in a travel lodge.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, if you're far away, like they do on a lot of these shows. So he's in the travel lodge.
You're staying in digs?
Like the builders.
Yeah.
He's on his own in the room, okay? And the next thing you know, here's a tapping on the door. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And he opens the door, and it's Mr. Chips, dressed as the Grim Reaper. And he says, "You're coming with me." And then the guy has a heart attack and dies. And the last thing he saw was the Grim Reaper, but it was Mr. Chips, like in the Catchphrase I talked about earlier.
If that
pretty
was
scary, yeah?
Yeah, if that was shot in the right way and sort of made dramatic on film or something, rather than you just rambling on in your high-pitched voice, then that could be quite good. The premise is quite good. I think a competent horror director or whatever, or writer could work with that and make something out of that, possibly. Oh no, sorry, I forgot a bit of bants from earlier.
Is it?
Bants, yeah. It's, you boys on a price or day work? That's the other top thing to say.
Let me try it.
But then most people,
price on the price, baby.
No, not quite. You need to, work on that.
Let me try again.
Work on that.
I've come into sight. Yeah, okay.
You wearing high vis?
You
You want, mate?
need tissue, David. Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, fella. It's not the fact that you're a little chimp, like clearly like a chimp puppet type guy. It was your voice as well. It was a double whammy. I was like,
Let me have another go.
I stifled my laugh.
Sight.
I stifled my laugh because of your appearance, but then when
you're staying in dicks.
I'm actually. I'm trying to find a place right now, but I can't find anywhere. There's an Airbnb, but it's like about 10 miles from here.
Yeah. Difficult to find places nowadays, isn't it, man? Also expensive.
That other one,
pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The other one was saying about the day rate, and or you want a day rate, or you want a day rate on the price.
You want a day rate on the price.
That's it.
You want a day rate on the price.
That's it. And you do it all like after everything you say.
Shifted. Move down the shit in this toilet.
Whoa.
It stinks.
You have worked on price, obviously.
I'm getting good at this.
I mean, worked on site.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
I've got one for you. G-Dog.
You
if
must have
someone
worked
goes
on
in the
site.
toilet and they do a stinky, what do you say then?
You just go, fucking hell. Have you shit? Well, obviously, if they have shit. But that's another thing as well. Is like, if someone farts on site, they always go, have you shit? So people always say, have you shit? And even though you obviously haven't
shit.
Even though you haven't obviously shit, like you haven't actually shit your pants, but that's just something that people always seem to say on site. I don't know why. But yeah, that thing we say, you want a price or a day rate? That tends to only apply to dry liners. So the people who put the plasterboard up.
Is that something? Oh, I thought it was something you wear in your trousers.
Yeah,
dry,
it does sound like
tenor.
Sounds like hosiery or whatever, doesn't it? Hosiery. Does hosiery means tights and everything? Yeah, I think so.
Hey, that reminds me.
We'll go with it.
I saw an advert, and this woman said she's put tenner lady in her knickers. That must be expensive, putting loads of £10 notes in your knickers.
I mean, if it's just one tenner, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that. You should just keep it in a purse, shouldn't you, G-Dog?
Yeah. So I'm not twiddling. It looks like I'm playing with you, Stephen, doesn't it? I don't know.
What are you doing?
I'm just.
Is it technical stuff?
Looks like I'm holding your little hand there. Yeah, it's technical stuff. I'm just turning the mics up and down as we go, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Try and make it sound real crisp.
Can I ask you some questions?
Yes, of course you can. Fire away.
Okay.
Hombre.
Let me think. Oh, did you watch The Repair Shop at Prince Charles?
No, I watched it with King Charles, not Prince
Yeah.
Charles. Did you say Prince Charles or Adrian Charles?
I forgot he's king now.
Yeah, he's king now, isn't he? Yeah. So.
How did that happen?
His mum died.
Oh. When?
It's a few weeks ago now. Very sad. We did. I thought you watched the Vodcast.
I don't really watch mainstream media.
Oh, okay. Well, this isn't main.
I've only seen a bit.
I know, but I thought you watched this show to do
I've
research.
only seen a bit.
Okay.
Hey, do you watch Antiques Roadshow?
I occasionally, yeah.
I know. I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Did you watch Doctor Who?
Yes, I did.
She turned back into the David man.
To David Tennant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Weeping Angel guy.
You'd make a good Doctor Who, G-Dog.
That's what I think. I've got
in the hat.
Yeah, a hat. Didn't some of the other ones? Tom Baker had a hat like this, didn't he?
I think it's about time we had a middle-aged white man as Doctor Who, don't you?
Hey, middle-aged. I mean, I am, but I don't look it. I could pass for. Do I? No, I do look
29.
Thanks, man. I think I'm edging more to mid-30s now. Tops, if I'm lucky.
G-Dog, pretend I'm Russell T Davies.
If I do some cucumbers.
I'll audition you for Doctor Who. Okay, here we go. Come in, sit down. So I hear you're interested in being the new Doctor Who.
Yes.
Well, you've got the hat.
I think I'm quirky enough and, sci-fi enough.
Okay.
Sci-fi enough.
Here's what I'd like you to do. You've just regenerated.
Yep.
And I want you to give me your first few lines after the regeneration, describing how you feel about yourself. Okay. That'll give us a good feel for you as a doctor.
Okay. Oh. Whoa. What? Oh man, I've still got no penis. Oh Christ, why can't I be like a doctor with a penis? Or I mean, just genitalia. Why have I got to be a smooth groin every time? How boring. Oh, no, I've got a butthole. Oh, sweet. Okay.
I love toilet humour.
Uh,
It's really good.
Thanks. So, have I got the
That
job?
was good. No, because I don't think you get away with that.
Oh,
I think you'd have to be more theoretical. Can I have a go?
yes.
Okay, ask. Right, here we go.
I'll ask you.
Stephen. Me.
Okay.
Right.
Hi there, Stephen. So,
Hello.
I hear you fancy your chances of being the new Doctor Who.
Yes, please.
So, crack on. Do a really
Okay,
sweet audition
I've just
for me.
regenerated, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. You've just regenerated, and you're saying your first few lines. Just improvise
here we go.
something.
I feel this.
It's pretty good. I like
That
that.
good?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
Thanks.
That's
Different.
That's different. Yeah, it's
Because
different,
if
but
it
it's more.
was-
It's actually very realistic because you wouldn't
Yeah.
just go like, "Oh, look, I'm a new doctor." It's
Yeah,
like that's
because I'd be
kind
like
of
a chimp.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of a fucked up experience,
Yeah.
and yeah, you might think I don't know. I don't really know how the regeneration thing works. It's like they remember each one they were
Yeah, they
before.
remember each doctor.
So I know the girl doctor before. She obviously didn't. I don't know. Was she meant to have a vagina? Because I didn't think the boy doctors had dicks. Right? Is that right, Stephen? I don't. You know more about Doctor Who.
You see my arm here?
Yeah.
Can you turn it round, please?
Yes. Sorry, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I know a little bit about Doctor Who. So, yeah, they do have all the right bits. And they have two hearts as well.
But I mean, but obviously the last Doctor, she had breasts. You could see her
Yeah.
breasts. So it's like she's got breasts and no vagina. Is that right? I don't
yeah,
know.
they have a vagina.
Do they? So, but then I thought
He's half human.
the doctors don't have dicks. So I thought
Doctor Hugh's half human.
Doctor Hugh,
Doctor Hugh, yeah, that's what it's called. Doctor Hugh.
Doctor Hugh Bonneville.
No, Doctor Hugh.
He'd
Right.
make quite a good Doctor, wouldn't he? Hugh Bonneville.
There's loads of people.
The
that make
thing
a
is,
good
right?
doctor.
There's been too many doctors. You can't have any. There's no more personalities. You've got like quirky. Oh, that doctor was quirky and this, and that doctor was kind of like when Christopher Eccleston came in and was like the moody doctor. They're like, okay. Then there's sort of like David Tennant. Matt Smith was just another version of David Tennant. He was good,
I agree.
but there's not enough variety in the actual character of the Doctor. There's too many regenerations. But now, obviously, they made him gay and black. That's the way they take it now. Now, next time it's got to be a small person.
Someone in a wheelchair.
It's someone in a wheelchair, or a small person, or a lesbian, Chinese lesbian.
Doctor Who can be anything. That's why I
Yeah.
could play Doctor Who.
So I think they've just got
Or a
to
chimp.
tick boxes now because they've run out of personalities. They've
Well,
just you're gonna have to
Well, I
tick
hope they
boxes.
tick the chimp box. Hey, can I ask you something else? Can you?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like a good sip.
Schlabber
What are you drinking?
Schnapples. Time for our advert. Time for our sponsor. This week we're sponsored by Cronenberg 1664. Some weeks I'm drinking Singer. Other weeks I'm drinking a bit of wine. Last week I was just drinking Vimto. We were sponsored by Vimto last week.
Would you ever take butter to work? Your own butter?
Yes, I have done. I have two butters. I've got my home butter and my work butter.
Why do you have a work butter?
So I can butter things at work, Stephen. Jesus fucking Christ. What, am I going to come home and use my home butter at work? It's like, oh, lads, I'm just cooking up the sausages and the rolls. I like my tiger roll without cheese on top of it. But the butter. No worries. I'll just nip home and butter my roll.
Okay. Because I've got jobs coming up, can I ask you some questions about job interviews? Just some tips.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do if you're in an important job interview and you haven't wiped your bum properly? I know that sounds rude.
So it sounded like you said a porn interview. You said an important interview. Well, you haven't wiped your ass properly. Well, this depends, doesn't it, on how badly you've not wiped your ass. Sorry, how well you've wiped your, whatever the wording is. So it depends. It depends whether you've got like a Mars bar like wedged in your pants, and it's like really stinking, and it's like, I mean, it's like you've actually shit your pants, or you're just like, oh, you've left a couple of skids there, because no one's gonna, unless they're sniffing your ass like a dog, then they're not gonna know.
I'm talking skids.
Yeah, that's fine. Then you just style it out. You go like, oh, I know I haven't wiped my ass properly, but I'm going to crack on regardless, because I know they can't smell it.
Do you move your bum around like this on the chair?
No, they'll be thinking like, why is he wiggling around? Has he not wiped his ass properly? Fucking hell.
Would you put one of your hands down and then try and get some of it out?
Yeah, scoop some of it out and throw it in the fucking people's face. Yeah. Who's interviewing you? Style it out.
That wouldn't get you the job as Doctor Who.
Oh,
that could be one of
Crazy
Doctor's
Doctor.
things.
That's a new personality trait they've got. It's like, well, we haven't done that before. The new Doctor, he just digs in his pants and slings shit in people's eyes instead of using his fucking sonic screwdriver.
One of my cousins does that. But I've got a friend, a whipsnade too, and when the people come and look at them, they play with themselves. And then they
have a little wank on the top of the car and that. Yeah, I know. That's fun. That's why you go. I mean, that's why you go to the zoo. Most of the time, most of the fondest memories like, oh, you drive through the monkey bit, or so I know you're a chimp, you're an ape, sorry, but a lot of the time it's the monkeys who jump on and go hee, pull off the wing mirrors and stuff, and the windscreen wipers and all that.
Do you ever play with yourself on site?
No, I have done. I mean, not on this site, but like I have on other sites. I've been like, God, I've really got the horn, and it seems like a weird place to have the horn on a building site full of men. Well, I'm not that way inclined, but you know, I need to have a wank. So I've taken my phone off to the toilet, and you're there having a grubby wank.
Are you not allowed to do it out in the open?
No. I mean, it would be. Yeah, I mean,
my cousin does.
I know. Sometimes I wish I was a chimp because I'm much more. Yeah, I could just wank in public and everyone say, "Oh, he's a monkey. Oh, look at the monkey or the chimp having a wank. It's fine."
Do you like malted milk biscuits?
I fucking love them, Stephen. That's an amazing question.
If you work for the malted milk company and their company was failing because their target audience is young people, but not too young, so they're not selling enough malted milk biscuits.
Well, that's the thing. Malted milk's
what
seen as malted milk's the forgotten biscuit. They're always cheap. I've sung their praises.
Biscuit.
The forgotten biscuit.
That could be a Halloween story.
That's a good advertising campaign, isn't it? The forgotten biscuit, and then you have loads of people going like, "Oh my god, they taste so good. The malt, they're better than digestive." I think so too. I don't know. I'm not sure how it would go down. You have lots of little like talking heads going like, I've forgotten about malted milks. Oh, they're so cheap as well. Because the thing about malted milks is they have not like, so okay. Oh, there's something very interesting, Stephen. Actually, the the cost of living crisis and all that, and how things have inflation, everything's gone up. Okay, well,
tell me about it.
I don't really know economics that much. All I know is that everything's gone up in price recently. Okay. I've noticed bread's gone up in price. It's okay. It used to be around £1 for a loaf, maybe just over, but now it's like £1.80. But they've done so. Bread and milk have gone up. So milk is the most surprising thing to me. So now doing this new job, we buy milk for on site. We get a pint in the morning. And I went to get a pint of milk the other day from Lidl, and I thought like, oh, Lidl will have a cheap pint. It was 89p for a pint, and I was like, oh shit, that must be in the 2-pint thing. I was like, no. The 2-pint thing's £1, whatever, 30, 40. I was like, hang on a minute. They haven't just doubled the price of milk overnight. It was 52p a few weeks ago, and now it's 89p, 95p in the local co-op. So I just... Are
you shocked? You look stunned.
I am. But my main point is that malted milks, they haven't changed in price.
And they're made with milk.
And they've got milk in them. Exactly. Yeah, see? And they've got milk in them. So there you go. So from now on, get all your milk by getting packs of malted milks and squeezing the milk out of them. It's much cheaper.
Can you do that?
Yeah. Malted milks are only 45p a pack, and you can get a whole pint of milk out of each biscuit.
But how?
By squeezing them.
What, just squeeze the pack and juice comes out?
That's right.
Sounds a bit weird.
So you get like 30 pints of milk out of just one pack of malted milk biscuits. Yeah. What do you think about that, Steve? How's your arm, Steve? How's your mouth, Steve?
What? I've never really eaten malted milks. They're not my cup of tea. They're for young babies, and I'm a teen.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's older people who eat malted milks now. Anyway, look, I can't sing their praises anymore. They taste delicious. If you have them with Ovaltine, then you're getting lots of malt protein goodness as well as all the sugary carbs, obviously in biscuits. God, we've made this boring, haven't we, Stephen?
How much more do we have to talk about?
A load. I mean, I'd like another question, Stephen.
I can ask you another one then.
Yeah, please.
Oh, I've got one.
Yeah.
If you took a jukebox to the repair shop and it was an old one, but then they took it all apart and put a Bluetooth speaker in it, would you be annoyed?
I mean, it depends if it really meant something to one of my family. And it's like, my dad loved this thing. The worst thing that you could ever do is put a Bluetooth speaker in it. Then I'd be upset.
But it would sound better.
Why would it wouldn't sound better?
Because you could make your phone go into it.
It should be more technically advanced, but it wouldn't be or technologically advanced. It wouldn't be better sounding. Vinyl, arguably, is the crispest form of reproduced music, isn't it?
Is it?
I think, yeah. If you've got vinyl,
You're like Paul McCartney.
Thanks. I don't know. What?
I don't know.
I don't know why I said thanks.
I thought you knew
I'm like
about,
a really old
because he knew
man.
about music.
Not really. He's not
You've
really
got
old.
his eyes.
What?
Yeah, you know, like Paul McCartney's eyes.
Has he got slightly oriental eyes as well?
Yeah.
I don't think he has. But anyway.
What?
What was the question?
A jukebox with a Bluetooth speaker in it.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's a
Would
shit.
you be annoyed or happy?
I'd be happy. I'd be like, oh, that's a nice touch. It's like, oh, it's just like my dad's old thing, but it's got a Bluetooth speaker in it as well. If my dad wasn't there to see it, then he'd be like, then it wouldn't. I don't know. It's a shit question, Steve. Sorry, I haven't got anything funny or interesting to say about it. Or anything. I mean, it's arguably I've got nothing funny or interesting to say at all. But
Can you do one of your improvs?
what, by myself?
Yeah.
One of my improv. I don't have any improvs.
You do. I've seen you do them.
Yeah, I know, but they usually get suggested to me by Barry. So that's you now. So
Well, I can ask you to do an impression of something.
okay.
Okay. Right. Here goes. Right. Okay. Right. You're on a fruit machine gambling your wages.
Okay, here we go.
But you're gambling for a big win to buy your present for your son's birthday.
Okay. Nudge, hold. Yeah. Fuck, not again, no fuck, not again, fuck! Oh,
Careful.
sorry, yeah. I won't shake the machine again like I did last time. It's me talking to the bar staff.
Oh, that's good, because you brought other people into it.
Yeah.
Did you win?
No, I was funny. I was doing that to someone the other day.
Did you win?
I was with someone playing the fruity the other day, and they clearly, you could tell they were losing money because they're like just staring at just pressing buttons, and then you couldn't see any money coming out, so you know they must be losing. And I just I came up and go like, "How you doing? You doing what? You winning?" Like that, knowing fully well that they weren't, and don't think they liked it.
Did you know them?
Yeah.
Were they trying to get a big win for their son's birthday?
I think so. Yeah.
Good way of making money.
Yeah.
Gambling is a good way of making money, isn't it, G-Dog?
If you're clever about it, yeah.
Yeah.
The trick is betting on small things like corners in football. Like how many certain teams force people to kick the ball off a certain way. Certain teams have more throw-ons and more corners and stuff like that. And I know. You only win little bits and like that's.
Should we go to the comedy place, The Gentle Bear, or not this week?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I can try it.
Yeah, no, yes, we can. Yeah, we can. We'd be.
You going to be the compare?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
I can be
cool!
compare.
I can do my act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the Gentle Bear Comedy Club, and we're here at Port Haven and Stoutbert. That's a real village town place. And we've got some new acts tonight. I'm not a new. I just look different. It's me, Mike Stephen Compare. Sorry, here at the Gentle Bear Comedy Club. I look different, but it's still me. There's a couple of fresh acts tonight. Well, actually, not fresh acts. There's one old act and one new act. And we're going to start with the new act, and that is
me. Is it or what?
Yeah, it's Stephen.
Oh right, okay. Here we go. Okay. Hi everyone. My name's Stephen. So what is it that men talk about in the gym? You know when you see those big guys talking to each other?
Oh yeah.
Do you reckon they say, "Oh, like your muscles? They're looking bigger than they were last week." Yeah, you've got big pecs. How much you lifting now? Saying like that. Thank you, I've been Stephen. Good night.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much, Stephen. That was Stephen. He's new on the scene, and he's got a tight 30 seconds there, which he could probably.
That was good though for a first time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, Stephen. It was great.
Thanks.
That's great. So now we've got an old a classic here at the Gentle Bear. A classic. I don't know if he's a classic, but he's been here before. It's Andy Parliament. We'll cut to Andy Parliament now. Hello.
Is that me?
No, that's not you, Stephen. But
okay.
great tight 30 seconds you had there, Stephen. I look forward to hanging around with you on the circuit. So it's me, Andy Parliament. About time I came back to talk about the politics. What about the politics? So it's been busy, hasn't it? We've got old Dishy Rishi's back. So what about that, eh? They've said we're like, right, we want a new leader. We don't want Dishy Rishi or Liz Truss. Everyone's like, oh, Dishy was mean to Liz Truss in the thingy. He looks like he mansplains things to people. He was mean to the lady. And he did look a bit... he reminded me of a crackhead when he was trying to get the job. He was like, if you just give me the job, I'll do this and do that. And everyone's like, no, we want the lady. We want the dull lady who's got nothing going on upstairs. So we got her in. And then we're like, no, we don't want her. Get rid of her. Get him back. Get the one back that we didn't want before. And he's like, oh, yeah, quite happy to jump in. But what made me laugh was in his opening speech to everyone, the party leader, whatever, as party leader, he goes, the first thing I want to do is to restore trust. And I was like, what? You only just got rid of her. And I realised he meant is Liz Truss.
He meant
trust.
Trust.
He said trust. Yeah,
G-Dog, he meant trust.
Yeah, no, he meant trust, and I thought he said truss. No, it's Andy Parliament. I'm Andy Parliament.
I'm not very good at this. I haven't done it before.
My name's Andy Parliament.
Andy Parliament.
Okay, yes.
Andy Parliament.
Anyway, that's been me, Andy Parliament. Good night.
Good night. Thanks everyone for watching this week. I'm going to do the goodbye.
Okay.
Thank everyone for watching this week. I've been Stephen.
And au revoir. I've been Gregoire.
Okay then. Turn the lights off, Greg.
Okay.
Bye.
Toodaloo.